Hi, my name is Morgan Hembold, and my object for presentation is the Reliquary of Mary Magdalene. So to start off with, I want to talk about common materials and different reliquaries. So important materials in the creation of reliquaries were often precious materials such as metals, whether for constructing the reliquary or for something such as gold gilding. There was also often precious gemstones or alternatively colored glass used for decoration, and rock crystal for relic viewing purposes, so that the relic could be seen within the reliquary without a believer not actually coming into contact with the relic. The importance of the materials had a lot to do with the relic itself. So the usage of rare and beautiful materials in reliquaries emphasized the importance of the relic within the reliquary. It wasn't to emphasize the wealth of the material itself, but the wealth of the relic as it related to its religious significance. So the reliquary was also considered secondary to the relic itself, and the reliquary was only considered important because of the relic within it. It was kind of transformed by that relic and was made also a sacred object, though it was still secondary in importance despite the financial aspect that was sometimes involved with the material used to create the reliquary. In the specific reliquary I chose, the Reliquary of Mary Magdalene. The reliquary is made of gilded copper, gilded silver, rock crystal, and a technique known as verre et glomise. It contains a first-class relic, a tooth that is said to have belonged to Mary Magdalene, a woman who was a follower of Jesus Christ. Mary was important in her role as she actively followed Jesus and witnessed both the death and the resurrection of Christ. It was made in the 14th to 15th century and is currently in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. The materials in this reliquary suggest that great value was placed on the relic that it houses. The inclusion of two kinds of metal, a large piece of rock crystal, and a time-consuming and difficult technique known as verre glomise gives weight to the significance of the relic, adding to the wealthy presence that the reliquary itself has. The rock crystal was functional, as I mentioned earlier. It was so that Christians could view the relic and have a more active role in expressing their devotion and faith and having a connection to the saint that was associated with the reliquary itself. So they could see the tooth of Mary Magdalene contained within this reliquary. It's a first-class relic, and instead of touching it directly, the rock crystal was commonly used in reliquaries for this purpose to further enhance the devotion. Here's a close-up of the verre glomise technique, which is basically painting the reverse side of a transparent material such as glass. It creates a mirror-like, detailed, and refined-looking painting. So instead of painting on the front of the glass, you turn it over and paint on the back. So it gives a more clean look to it, and it looks very metallic and shiny, and it stands out a bit more. It looks a bit more polished. The images depicted on this particular reliquary are of the crucifixion and of the nativity, and the crucifixion and the nativity can both be related to Mary Magdalene in a way, because she was present in many key moments in Jesus' life, such as the crucifixion where she actually was present and when he was resurrected. Similar reliquaries that function similarly and have similar features are the reliquary statue of Sainte Foy and the reliquary with rock crystal vessel that had a bone fragment of Saint Sebastian. Sainte Foy's reliquary contained her skull, and both of them were similar with the use of precious metal and the case of Saint Sebastian's rock crystal, and you can see the importance of the detail in the reliquary with the gemstones on the reliquary of Sainte Foy. This is just, again, the significance of the reliquary and how it relates. The reliquary of the tooth of Mary Magdalene is an is an excellent example of a first-class relic with an elaborate reliquary that, while functions as a beautiful and opulent work of art, is given true value in its usage as a container for a relic in devotion.